Hello and welcome to the Kansas Speedway. I am King in the booth here to call the DeKalb 300 from Kansas Speedway, the Napa Break Series. Getting ready to get going here. Got a full field of 13 drivers once again, and they are getting lined up as we speak. You see Volvo on the front row once again. I believe this is, I've lost count of how many poles he's gotten, but I believe this is back-to-back after Indianapolis for him. Very strong season he's having. Your points leader coming into today. There's our Napa pace car being piloted by Frando, driver of the number 3 in the Napa Auto Parts Cup Series. Should be a good show today, though. Going to be 90 laps to go the distance here. Separated into 3 stages of 20 laps, 30 laps, and 40 laps. So we just throw 10 on every stage end. Got some new paint schemes as we look at the 29 of teal here. Rocking a Knicks car. And then we got a Buffalo Bills car just ahead of him in July, the number 2. Couple of sports teams on board here. Got the Exide Ride and the Advanced Auto Parts number 20. The Fairlife number 41, piloted by Kingatronics, one of our mid-season tryout drivers. And right here, really in this shot here, top 4 in points, Volvo, Michigan, Hellhound, and Radical. These guys are they're top of the food chain here in D2 lately, it looks like, and they're all starting towards the front as well. So we'll see if they can finish it off here and continue their hot streaks. But lots of race cars on track. Gonna be a good one. I'm excited for this one. Kansas was a bit of a snoozer last season, if I'm being honest, but hopefully we can get a much better race and better setups, more challenging cars, as I believe the whole field is lined up and ready. Just waiting on the yellow flag to be displayed by our officials. And there we go. Got a new rule in effect here as we saw them pass it. That blue line down on the apron is going to be a blend line. We're going to try and implement that, but while they're pacing, let's go ahead and take you to our starting lineup presented by Craven Engines. On the front row, it's Volvo and Radical from McAuliffe and SCP, good friends off the track, starting 1-2 today. Behind them, it's Tricks in Michigan, the Drone Strike Racing teammates, 26 and 62. Behind them, it's Bear Motorsports' Hellhound, second in points, and then on his outside is July, driver of the number 2. And then behind them, it's Waffle and Logan, 2 late-night racing drivers. I believe this is Logan's first start in the Napa Auto Parts Break Series. And behind them, it's Teal and Genetic from STP and McAuliffe again. Behind them is McAuliffe's Ruby, making her first appearance in a couple weeks. And then late-night racing's Kingatronics, making his 3rd start, I want to say. And then rounding out our field is Blaze Technology Motorsports' Priscilla Perez, driving the number 20 Ford Mustang. So a full field, as I said, 90 laps the distance. Coming to green flag this time. And the field will be in the hands of the 54 of Volvo. Can he go for, I believe, 3 straight wins? Let me fact check that. No. Air 4 from last week. But let's see if Volvo can go for his 5th win on the season. As he goes into the Ohio Edison restart zone, a little bit of contact behind him, and we're green. Good restart for this top 5. It looks like somebody did not get going back there. Might have been the 2. Now got the 40 on his outside, but Volvo leads him down the back straightaway. Michigan looking to his outside. Radical started second on the outside, sliding back a bit, but now he gets in line in front of the 24 of Hellhound. Off of turn 4 for the final time, Volvo's going to lead a pack of cars to the start-finish line. He will lead lap 1. Michigan now looking to the outside to try and strike. And Radical looking to his inside. He gets a bump up the track. Here comes Radical now with help from the 24 of Hellhound, who looks to the inside but decides to stay in. A bit of contact in the back between Genetic and looked like the 42 of Waffle. Teal in the 29 Knicks car, trying to find his way forward early, as the Knicks had a very good playoff run here this most recent season. Now here comes July looking to insert himself into this battle for third place here between Michigan, Chris, Hellhound, and himself. Chris trying to get clear from the 24, and he will, but now here comes the 2 to his inside. Volvo continues to lead Radical now as they run bumper to bumper. Michigan trying to stay in touch in third. Behind him is teammate of Chris from mid-season tryouts in the 62 for Drone Strike Racing. Side by side behind him for fifth. That's Hellhound in July. Here comes the 40 of Logan as well, making his way forward up to P7. This is his first start in the Break Series. Another mid-season tryout driver for late night racing in that Chevrolet, trying to fend off a pretty train of cars behind him. Now he's going to be top of 3 wide here. Teal and Genetic on his inside. Oh, down onto the apron goes Chris. Well, side by side with Hellhound. That's going to check him up a lot. Going to allow Michigan to clear him and drive away a bit off of turn 2. And here comes July right back into this battle. Going to push the 24 down the backstretch into turn 3. More contact between the 2 and the 62 going into 1. 3 wide in the back. It's Teal, Genetic, and Waffle top to bottom. Now here comes Logan to the inside of the 29 as they get sorted back out to double file. Three wide again now. Genetic on the top this time. Logan on the bottom. Radical still maintaining second behind Volvo, looking like they're just going to ride here early. Michigan and Hellhound trying to stay in touch as this front of the pack is starting to get a little strung out. Hellhound tight on the bumper of the 26. That's your top 4 in points right there, running 1 through 4. Volvo, your points leader, at the head of the points. Radical in 4th in points, running 2nd. And then Hellhound and Michigan, 3rd and 2nd respectively in points. Looking like they're gaining on these top 2 right now. Pulling away from the cars behind them for sure. As we come to 11 laps to go in stage 1. This top 4 has already opened up a second gap. Yeah, it's only 20 laps in stage 1. You're really quiet. What?
They're probably going to be bidding for fuel stage 2, right?
Yeah. Like, first 5-10 laps probably.
Sorry I'm not speaking, I'm eating. I don't want that all over.
Oh no, I appreciate it, it's fine. Joined by the owner of Drone Strike Racing, Torino. His cards are running third and battling for fifth now. Chris in July. 2 Fords going at it. Here comes the 42 of Waffle for late night racing as well. Trying to insert himself into this battle. The best late night racing Chevrolet running wise so far tonight. Showed really good pace in both practice sessions yesterday and today. And that pace is starting to show as he's coming forward here about halfway through this first opening stage. Oh, he gets jackknifed with the 2. Oh, they lost a lot of time there. Now here comes Genetic right to his back bumper. Picking up a bit of radio communication from the 20 of Priscilla. She says she cannot understand this track at all. She's really struggling. Hasn't showed BTM. She hasn't showed that BTM pace at all this weekend. Currently 5 seconds behind the pack already. So a tough debut race for Priscilla in the number 20. Back up front though, Hellhound has gotten around Michigan for P3. Now he's trying to hunt down the 33 right on the back bumper into 1. Looks like the 33 is trying to play a little blocker for the 54. I mentioned it during the pre-race. They're really good friends off the track, so that could come into play here. Oh, they're blocking the 24 down the backstretch. 7 laps to go in the stage. Top 5 all receive stage points. The top 2 receive playoff points, which are ever important as we are 3 races away from the start of the playoffs, which I want to talk about right now. Actually, I want to try and break down our playoff format. So the 1 and 2 seed in the points after Talladega, our regular season closer, will get an automatic automatic transfer into the second competitor round. And then there will be another points reset, and then playoff points earned from the wild card round will be added on to the reset as the 33 nearly gets turned through the front stretch grass by the 24. Hellhound on his inside now, going to try and take that spot for good as we come to 5 to go in stage 1. But after the competitor 4, it will go down to a championship duel. There will be another reset with no playoff points added, and then whichever 2 cars make it to Charlotte will go head to head for the championship. This format is the same for both series. But exciting things coming up on the horizon here in the NAPRA. Going to be, I believe, 11 straight weeks of Roblox racing action. So hopefully you stay tuned. As the 33 now looking to get passed up by the 26 of Michigan. Pulled a nice crossover down in turn 1 to maintain that spot. Contact into 3 sends Michigan up the track. Lost him a good amount of time, but now it's Hellhound and Volvo for the stage win. Hellhound has been really coming forward on these last couple, 10 laps of this stage, and he's on the back bumper of the leader now. Volvo won the pole, but Hellhound was not far behind him. I believe he was 5th, so very, very fast Chevrolets at the front of this field here we've got. And it looks like it's going to come down to a mano-a-mano here, as Volvo's going to lead us around to 2 laps to go in stage 1. Hellhound, the most playoff points out of the entire D2 field with, I believe, 19, as pit road has just been closed. And the 20 car has parked it. 20 car Priscilla has pulled off the racetrack before halfway. She will not receive any finish points or stage points. So...
this gives a lot of bad memories.
What do you mean?
Remember the person who pulled off and left
last
week?
Yes. Oh my god. Final lap in stage 1. Sorry for the lack of commentating, I was working. But looks like Volvo's going to be able to hold off the 24 of Hellhound. Hellhound looking to the apron, not going to be able to make that move. So it'll be Volvo, Hellhound, Radical, then Michigan and Chris, all taking home stage points in stage 1. Waffle just missing out in 6th. Very strong run for the late night racing driver though. Looking to pick up another spot on the 62 here. But just like that, we are into stage 2. This one 30 laps compared to stage 1's 20. And pit stops should be on the horizon not too far from now. Volvo still continuing the lead. Hellhound, a bit of a run though into 1 or 3, sorry. Looked to the inside, couldn't quite make that move. Excuse me. Nope, now he's to the inside. Side by side down the front stretch. Into turn 1. Hellhound on the inside of the 54. Volvo trying to hang on the quarter panel. And Hellhound clears for the lead. 24 car for Bear Motorsports in the lead. You can never say that in D1. I hope Ford's watching and I hope you heard that. Hellhound now going to try and drive away from the 54. From P6 to the lead from the start of this race. Oh, contact from Volvo into 1. Got into the back bumper now. July has been slipping back a bit since the start of this race. Qualified 6th. Was running inside the top 5 until he just started falling back. But currently running 8th. The 41 looking to strike on him as well. Just ahead of him, the 28 of Genetic. Missed last weekend, but he's back in action here for McAuliffe, running 7th. As here comes the 42.
Looking at the speedometer, not the speedometer. Well, yeah, looking at the speedometer, I got a text from Larry Mack. He's saying the pit should be happening in about five laps.
Yeah, pit stops.
Actually, no, two to 3 laps.
Yeah, pit stops are coming up as the 42 moves into P5. Contact at the front as the 2 car pulls off and hits pit road. First car to stop on this cycle. There's some contact at the front. I think Hellhound and Volvo came together. 24 now back to 2nd. But yeah, as you were saying, pit stops are starting. You saw the 2 car already come down, looking like the 26 and the 28 will follow that trend. This is a tough pit road to get onto. Everybody coming on. Yeah, I think he might have gotten hit though, so they might not enforce that. Everybody on pit road here though is going to be busy. 42 first to his box. And he is good, having a very strong run. The penalty would have destroyed it. The 40 is also good in his box. The 62.
Good.
62 is good. 28 is good. Is everybody good?
Yeah.
And they were doing all that complaining about pit. I'm saying that all.
And then they just wow. All that he said they were complaining.
Yes, they're complaining about it being so small. Volvo, the first off pit road with a very good stop. Michigan gonna pick up about 4 spots and go to 2nd now over Hellhound and Radical.
Get down the pit lane and drive it all the way through.
Waffle holding serve up to 4th, I think. No, that's 5th. Yeah, Waffle P5.
I think someone's stuck.
No, he's fine.
Not on track. I don't see anybody on track. That someone's having some mechanical issues.
Teal said he got stuck, but he's on track right now.
Oh.
He might have gotten stuck on pit road with somebody. Teal also picked up some spots up to 6th now. Oh, stuck on the apron. Yeah, this pit road's tough to enter. But coming off a pit stop, or a pit cycle, I want to... Oh, the 41 gets a penalty. That's unfortunate. But yeah, I want to take an opportunity to look at our keys to victory presented by Home Depot. Finding the limit here at Kansas Speedway is crucial to having solid lap times. We saw it in qualifying. We saw some guys get too close to that wall, trying to enter, or trying to exit really strong. They got the wall off of turn 4, and that cost a couple guys some starting position. But looks like Volvo's found right on that razor edge of control and speed as he's currently pulling away after that first pit stop. But after that, we've got, will the season-long pit road woes continue? Obviously not, as we just had that first pit cycle. Only 1 penalty given out. It was to the 41 of Kingatronics. So, looks like everybody, learned how to pit. Um, After complaining all weekend about how small the pit boxes are, but you know, whatever. After that, we have managing the long run. We've gone green so far all day today, or all night tonight, as we come to 20 laps to go in stage 2 now, and disregard that final key, because it's wrong. That will be implemented next week. So those are our keys to victory presented by Home Depot. Currently watching the 26 and the 24 fight bumper to bumper down the front stretch. This is for P2. Michigan and Hellhound. Currently second and third in the race and second and third in the point standings coming into tonight. And behind them, actually, the top four is in order of the point standings. Wow, you love to see it.
That is something that is rare to happen. Man, Volvo is gone.
Yeah. Volvo had a really good pit stop. I think that first box helped him a lot.
24 trying to get under 26. Over a pass.
Here comes Hellhound now to the bottom. Might be able to clear into the wall to 26, and he's got it. Barely.
If this guy wins, then he's not, he doesn't have the Young Thug skin ready that. Michigan trying to get that silver spot back. But really, they got to work together to catch up to the leader.
Got a good battle going on a little bit further in the pack. The 28 of Genetic working on the inside of the 62 of Chris. I believe this is Chris's first start this season.
He was
I think.
at another track. I forgot what. I think it was Milwaukee.
Yeah, I think I remember him at Milwaukee, actually. Oh, a little bit of lag. 35 laps into this race. Been green all the way throughout. Had one pit stop. Only one penalty given out, and that was to the 41 of Kingatronics. One of the mid-season rookies. Hellhound has gotten by the 26 of Michigan, looking like he's driving away a bit too. A bit of a ways back until the fourth place car Radical, about 2 more seconds behind them. Then the 42 of Waffle, who, as I've said multiple times, is having a really good run. Late Night Racing, a new team since mid-season, picked him up after a mid-season tryouts, and he's really been the bright spot of Late Night Racing, his D2 operation so far, and he's really having his best run all season. So hopefully I didn't jinx him, but hopefully he can finish off this top 5 run tonight as he tries to track down the 33. Behind him is the 29 of Teal from STP DRT, second highest running Dodge behind his teammate Radical. Still side by side behind him, Genetic and Chris making some contact down the front stretch, dooring each other. Now Genetic looks to the inside, can't quite make that, or couldn't quite fit the car in there. Well, I've been talking about points ever since we went green. Let's actually take a look at our points sheet coming into today. One of the differences from last week, right by the cut line, you see Commander in the 15 after getting spun from second with 5 to go last weekend. Still had a good enough run all day to put himself inside the playoff cutoff. Currently P10, the last car in. And then just ahead of him, you see the 28 of Genetic as we watch him run P8. Genetic's got to string together some good runs if he wants to, put himself out of danger of being knocked out of that cutoff by, some guys like Ruby, who's in attendance here. Waffle, who's having a really good run. Chris, even, got some points on the board. July, who has really fallen off since the green flag dropped. Currently back to P9, battling for it with the 40 of Logan making his first start. But up towards the top of the point sheet, actually, battle for second is actually kind of spread out. Really, it's Hellhound trying to chase down Michigan for that last transfer spot into the second round of the playoffs once we close out the regular season. But
the 2 are safe for the next round, right?
Yes. Oh, whoa! 2 just nearly got turned by the 40 there in the back.
Trouble, turn 4. Oh,
Wrecking in turn 4. Wrecking in turn 4. Still making contact on the front stretch. But yeah.
Slow head.
Go high. That was a look at our points coming into today.
This part of the stream was brought to you by iRacing.
It's at the top of the ticker.
Yeah. What's iRacing's slogan again?
It's in the game. I know that's AI. I mean EA. I'm just kidding. Radical is chasing down Michigan for P3 as Hellhound is driven away from the 26. Actually, I think Michigan might just have a P4, P5 car tonight.
I'm telling you, Michigan.
That's really been the story. That's really been the story for Michigan this season. He's had pace, but once we get into the race, you know, he kind of falls off. Not first place, but he's very solid. He led the points for the majority of the season so far. Only just lost it last weekend to Volvo. But yeah, he's looking to get past for third here. He comes Radical to the inside. Throws the block into turn 3. Closing in on 6 to go in stage 2. As we come to the halfway lap now. Now Radical's securely on the inside. Oh, onto the apron.
Okay, interesting.
That's an interesting tactic. And into the wall goes the 26. Michigan not happy with that. Dooring him down the backstretch. And Radical's going to take that spot, going to clear off of turn 4. Somebody else who's been very strong this season but hasn't gotten the win, the 24 of Hellhound. He's been, I mean, every race that he's attended, he's been a top 3 contender, top 3 car win contender. Almost had that win at Maryland, but got moved out of the way by his teammate Panda on the last lap, and Panda took that victory from him. So it's been a while coming for the 24. It's been a bit of a drought this season, but
no caution, something happened.
Yeah, something happened on track.
Probably nothing important.
Oh, it was from the 2 and the 40, because they're way separated now, and they were just together. Something must have happened between them. We'll see if Waffle can hunt down the 26 in enough time to try and take P4 in the stage. We'll see. Michigan still trying to strike back on Radical for third, though, as we come to 3 to go in stage 2. Next weekend, we'll have a caution at the end of this stage. Starting halfway, next weekend. Right? It's at the end of stage 2. For some reason. But next weekend, we'll have a caution at the end of stage 2 and going forward. So that'll be something to watch next weekend at Texas.
Texas.
41 car. In danger of going a lap down to the 54 of Volvo. Officials are not going to blue flag him since he is allowed to race for his lap here. He's got decent pace and he's about to be put a lap down, so he's not already a lap down. The pit road penalty is what put him this far behind the 8 ball. But it's looking like Volvo's going to get by him here. White flag in stage 2. The 54 takes it. Looking to sweep the stages yet again this season. Volvo's strong run continues at the 1.5 miles. Won Charlotte earlier this year. He's currently dominating here tonight from Kansas. Off of turn 4 for the final time in stage 2. It's going to be Volvo first to the line. After him, Hellhound, Radical, Michigan, and Waffle all taking home stage points in the second one. And that's 40 laps to the end of this race, the DeKalb 300 on the Napper Media Network from Kansas Speedway.
Why is the Cup one the DeKalb 399?
I don't know. I don't know why he made it 399 instead of 400.
That was Ford?
Yes, Ford does all the
Maybe that was a little
Ford does
joke.
all the sponsors for the names and shit, or for the names of races. Oh, breaking news here in the Napa Break Series. Late Night Racing has just extended the 42 and the 41 for 2 seasons on their contracts.
Russell's probably watching the streams.
Yeah, Russell's
this guy.
Russell's got to be watching the stream, watching the 42 run top 5 here. Russell, if you're watching, you guys doing pretty good, man. Keep cheering him on.
He's about to catch up to the 26 right now at Michigan.
Yeah. Michigan's
Well,
kind of
Pitt's up
dropping.
now.
Michigan's kind of dropping like a rock. I don't know. Same with Chris. They both qualified really well, but I guess that pace just didn't translate into the race.
Chris had a bad stop or got jumbled up in pits.
Oh. Oh, here they
Oh,
come.
they're coming in now.
Yeah, here they come. Everybody following the leader. Very good pit road entry for the 33. He pulled right alongside the 24. Great job on executing on pit road entry. Oh, and he goes over the line. Oh, he ruined it. He soiled it. The 33 of
33
Radical.
stole. Big time. Big time.
Got too greedy. Got a great entry. Tried to carry it with him, and yeah, like I said, just got too greedy. Got too far over the line. Volvo first off pit road again, right behind his teammate, the 13 of Ruby, in danger of going a lap down. They're side by side coming off the access road.
I think that might as well just let him by because he's
Yeah, I
trying to
mean,
serve.
oh, and he got bumped up. Well, I wouldn't enforce that if I was an official. Yeah, 33 has 3 laps of service penalty. Now the 26 and the 24 are bumper to bumper again. Hellhound has to get around
now.
the 26 again.
That just makes
Whoa!
54. Whoa.
Into the wall. Looks like the 26 came up on the 24 and he wasn't clear.
He is doing his best to Ryan a 28.
Oh, Genetic receiving a penalty. A midday for the McAuliffe rookie turns to worse as a penalty will put him even further behind the leaders. Hellhound goes by Michigan for second. Volvo continues to lead with 35 to go in this race. Gap now to 4 seconds over second. Radical has served his drive-through and he's now currently racing for P8 with the 2 of July. Probably P7 after Genetic serves his penalty.
Try and get up to the leader. They got to work together, not be side by side because the draft stacks, all that.
Oh yeah.
But
Ford said he did
maybe
something
they know
different
that,
to the draft.
Volvo's with the call-up, right?
Yes.
And he's locked in for like 2 seasons, right?
Yeah, until end of season 10.
Oh crap. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think Bill's gonna let him go.
Yeah, I
This
wouldn't.
big performance. Really, with tryouts, unless if you have a previous description of
Waffle up to
really is a
P4
gamble,
now.
because you don't know who you're gonna be signing.
Waffle
Maybe
up to
signing-
P4 now after the 33's penalty. Currently trying to drive away from the 29 of Teal, who got up to 5th after that penalty as well. If you look in our our chat, the 42's got some fans cheering for him here. He's got his teammates and his team owners in the chat cheering him on, encouraging him to keep digging like he has been, and it's working. He's making his way up through the top 5. A very consistent evening for him. Just got to keep it this way. I think we have one more pit stop coming up, so another opportunity for more mistakes to be made, more positions for him to pick up or lose, depending on how it goes. Looks like Teal might be gaining on him, though, here. And then that New York Knicks, number 29. Teal, a New York resident.
from the Bronx.
In the Bronx. Genetic now down to 10th place after that penalty. I believe he was running 8th before it. And the next car behind him is the leader, his teammate of Volvo.
Forza has to go.
30 laps to go. Hell, not quite able to drive away from the 26 as he was last run. Might have made an adjustment on that Ford Mustang to keep him, or to put him further up.
You know what we do at Drone Strike, man.
That nuclear fuel.
Yes, sir. This has been a good, although everybody's stretched out. Each
Contact.
group of cars has its own battle.
Yeah,
26 trying to get back.
It's a bit strung out, but there's action all over the track.
Yes, sir.
26 is getting a little impatient now. Got into the back bumper of the 24 and won, and still into the back bumper of him. Well, we're closing in on the checkered flag for this race, and we haven't done a crank it up, so let's go ahead and take us to a crank it up presented by Jegs.
Shopchecks.com.
right, let's crank it back down and welcome you back from our Crank It Up presented by Jegs. 21 laps to go. Volvo coming around to 20 now as he continues to lead and close in on his teammate Genetic, looking to put him a lap down.
I think it's clear to declare, unless if anything crazy happens, at the 54 is now the winner. But hey, anything can happen. You can sell the pits, blow a tire.
Somebody run out of fuel.
Happen. Yeah.
Anything can happen in the NAPRA. It's never over until it's over. A late caution could really throw a wrench in Volvo's victory celebration plans already, I know it. But having a great rookie season in the Napa Break Series. I believe this, if he can finish this one off, I believe this will be his 4th points paying win. 5th all season. He won the All-Star at Phoenix.
It's 8 o'clock and it's not even. Damn.
24 and 26 still side by side. Right, I'm looking out my window. It's bright as hell.
Yeah, I'm used to the winter, man. We're like.
I didn't even realize it was 8.
Yeah.
I think Michigan's getting a little fed up with his 24, making that car real wide.
Yeah. He wants that silver, man. He's tired of 5th place, 3rd place. He wants some silver this time.
Nope.
Maybe a few weeks from now you can get some gold.
Well, it looks like it's bringing the 42 and the 29 right to him, so he can make this 2-car battle for a second into a 4-car battle.
Yeah, that's what both of these guys don't want. It should not let happen, but
yeah.
they're already in the draft, so they got to think about plans for defense pretty much now. And really get ahead and try and keep these people gapped, because pits are coming up and you don't want to be all behind those people trying to find your pit box.
Yeah.
Genetics pitting.
Pitting from the 10th position on track, just behind the leader. Nice and clean entry for the 28. Oh, he's close to speeding. He was pushing it on entry into his to the service of his McAuliffe crew. I don't know why that was a tongue twister. 29 on the back bumper of the 42, knocking there for P4, sorry. Teal having another very good run. Looking to pick up some points going into the playoffs. Currently P6, I believe, coming into tonight. Oh, another penalty for Genetic.
That's unfortunate.
Very. Here goes the 29 to the inside.
I'll make that pass.
And he's going to do it. Waffle right on the top. Can't quite get that car to hammer down like he needs, but he'll lock back in, try and chase him back down before this thing's over. Got one more pit stop to try and get by him on pit road. As we're under 15 to go from Kansas. This race has been pretty short.
We've been here for about an hour. It just feels short.
Well, that's including qualifying. Let me see. When did we start racing? It's been 40 minutes. Or so. 40-ish minutes. According to the live stream.
Four started at gap 26.
A little bit.
And I believe the 2 cars behind them are getting a little bit. 40 has a silver penalty. Logan, the NASCAR fan 3.
Waffle looking to the inside of the 29 again. Bit of contact there going into 3. Teal threw a big block on him.
Yeah.
42 barely had time to back out.
just like that. Talking about pits again.
Another
All
penalty.
these guys are around or under 300 milliliters of fuel.
Yeah, we're closing in on our final stop of the night. Right around 10 laps to go. This is the money stop. A mistake here can throw your entire day off. Here comes Volvo.
Volvo's coming in. 24's coming in.
13 follows him. Everybody except Teal. Teal's going to stay out. Probably one more lap. Waffle going to be first to his box of these lead lap cars. Ooh, real slow stop for Waffle. Being very careful. Oh, Michigan. Oh, Michigan's on the line. That left rear. Oh, penalty for Michigan on the final stop of the night. Oh, that's terrible. Had a top 3 finish and once again takes himself out of it. Another penalty for the 33. Oh, you hate to see it for Michigan. Tom, you're his team owner. I know you hate to see it. I'm sure he tells you all the time about how badly he wants that win.
Yeah, he does. And really, it's mistakes like these that just make it a tad bit harder to reach.
Yeah.
But as I tell my drivers, there's always next week.
Yeah, I mean, that's really all you can say. Always next week. We'll get him next week.
And no, he may not have,
Oh, Teal with a really good stop. Teal jumped to second. Wow.
Yeah, he leapfrogged.
Teal had a really good stop. Leapfrog the 24, and the 26, and the 42. What a stop for the DRT team for the 29.
Has everybody cycled? Because it's not cycled.
Yeah, I think everybody's bit.
Wow.
'24 being held up by the 13. A lap down, that's Ruby for McAuliffe. Blocking the 24. Now here comes Hellhound to the inside. Hellhound trying to track down the 29 for that P2. As Volvo's coming off of turn 4 to 5 laps to go now. Volvo's just trying to get to that white flag. Does not want to see a caution here. He's got a pack of 3 cars just in front of him. These guys might come together. They're all racing for position. They've all had penalties. That's Radical, July, and Michigan. Well, I don't think July's had a penalty. He might just be slow. But no, yeah, he had a penalty. But these guys are all racing for position. This is for P6. So these guys might come together, might make something happen here late, right in front of the leader as well. Hellhound running down the 29 here. 24 is definitely faster. Teal gonna defend with his life though. Trying to take the Knicks back to P2. Although a podium wouldn't hurt at all. Volvo coming to 3 laps to go as he closes on that pack in front of him.
Ready to go.
'24 to the inside, and he's going to clear off of turn 4 for P2. So Hellhound slides to 2nd. Teal drops to 3rd. Still in striking range. Volvo coming to 2 laps to go now. One more revolution around Kansas Speedway. Oh, whoa!
Dude. He's gonna come back up.
Almost the caution that Volvo would have hated to see. And it came from that pack in front of them, just like I thought. But they kept it together enough. Now Volvo off of turn 4
Right.
to the white flag at Kansas. One more time around for the 54. Looking to collect his 4th checkered flag of the season. Or 4th points paying checkered flag, 5th all year. Been a dominant race. Qualified on the pole. Swept the stages, and it's looking like he's going to beat them all to the line here at Kansas in the DeKalb 300. Off of turn 4 for the final time. Volvo, your 4th win of the season, comes at Kansas.
Oh, these guys have to keep going.
Oh, around goes to 2. Yeah. 2 just lost the position. Hellhound will take 2nd from Teal. Waffle bringing it home P4 for late night racing, a very solid showing. Chris 5th across the line for Drone Strike. And then Radical in Michigan coming home 6th and 7th. And July coming around to complete our lead lap finishers. I know he finished the lap down.
Well, that's it for the DeKalb 300.
Yep.
And I guess you're going to be interviewing the winner.
Yes.
We're finished.
I gotta type out the thing for Supreme. Hold on. Who was after Radical? It was Radical and then Michigan, then July. And then I'll have to look at the stream for the lap down people. Volvo gets to burn it down once again here, this time in front of the fans at Kansas. Going to do his signature right up against that outside wall. Smoke the rear tires off that Chevrolet Camaro. Beautiful scheme, if I might add. Another second place for Hellhound, continues his streak or trend of bringing home silver. But Volvo will get to bring that number 54 McCullough Chevrolet Camaro to victory lane. This time with Mobile 1 on the hood. Really? Move, Tom.
Where the confettis are placed suck. Sorry, man.
It's fine.
No, it ain't. It sucks. Look at how plate can't take a picture with that. That's just my, me kicking in, but... Is that Josh Giddey?
Josh Giddey's not black.
What number is he again?
I don't know. Me no watch basketball.
You don't watch basketball?
No.
Wow. Especially, I see the way how you're dressed and stuff anyways. I'm gonna shut up.
Alright, where is he? Volvo once again finding you in victory lane here. This time at Kansas Speedway, dominated the race, qualified P1, stage 1 P1, stage 2 P1, finished it out P1.
Yeah.
Great performance once again, and tell me how the car was and how you're feeling after this one.
I feel great, man. I love getting wins for this team. I mean, they completely deserve it, and I just want to thank the people at the workshop giving me fast cars and every good teammates. I really love my teammates and I respect them. And yeah, I just couldn't do it without my team, and just, yeah.
All right, well, that's your fourth points paying win of the season, fifth overall. And
Yes.
you've been really good on the mile and a half, and we got another one of those next weekend at Texas. So see if you can go back to back.
Yeah, I'll try to go home back. I mean, uh, try to go back to back again. Texas is my home track currently, so try to get a home in there, and yeah, going from there.
All right, well, thanks for talking to me, and congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
Oh, come on now. I keep freezing. Why am I freezing post race and I barely froze in the actual race? All right, who's still here? Oh, let's get Hellhound. Well, he didn't win with the Young Thug car, Torino. Hellhound, another race, another P2 for you. You just keep racking up these second places for the Bear Motorsports team, number 24. But yeah, how's it feeling after this one? Had a battle with the 29 coming to the end there, and yeah, talk to me. How are you feeling after this one?
I'm not mad about it. Another 2-2-2 race, 2-2-2 race, excuse me. It's the first one of the season is gonna come, bro. I feel it. I feel it.
Yeah, getting closer every week. I mean, ran out front, took the lead from Volvo at a point, but that first pit stop really set it in stone for him.
Yeah.
All right, well, got another mile and a half next weekend. You were really strong here, strong in Charlotte. Hopefully, you can continue that speed at Texas next weekend.
So, thank you.
Why is Teal server muted?
You had a background noise.
Oh, all right.
Yo.
Teal finishing P3 after a really good final pit stop. Jumped a lot of cars late. Brought it home P3 for STP DRT. And yeah, really good performance. And how are you feeling after this one?
Thanks for that, King. Just feeling great. Actually, at one point of this race, stage one, I was P11, and I was with the back markers, and it was tough. But both pits, I gained a bunch of positions. I mean, the first pit, I think I gained like 5 positions off of pit road. Second time, I gained maybe like 3. So it was really just the pit crew all day. I had not the best pace.
Yeah, well, pit crew definitely came in clutch tonight, bringing getting you a P3. That's podium finish. That's pretty good at Kansas.
Yeah,
So
thanks.
hopefully you can have a little bit more speed next weekend at Texas and not have to rely on the pit crew all week or all night.
Yeah, I mean, I actually wasn't even thinking about racing today, but last second I was like, all right, I have an hour. Let's just do this.
Yeah,
And I guess I came out lucky, so
yeah.
that's cool.
Overall win. All right, well,
Yeah.
thanks for talking to me, and we'll see you next weekend at Texas.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh,
How's
hello.
how's it going, Ruby? Right at
Uh,
home, I believe a top 10, solid top 10 finish for you after a little hiatus. But yeah, talk to me. How are you feeling after this Kansas race?
I'm okay with it, but feel like I think it is time for me to pass the torch to the next generation next season. So this is gonna be my farewell.
All right, well,
My
your
last
your
good pro
farewell race or farewell season?
farewell season.
Okay. All right, well, I'm glad you're spending it with us in the NAPRA, and hopefully you can finish it out, maybe steal a win.
Maybe, maybe not. Who knows?
All right, well, thanks for talking to me, and hopefully we'll see you next weekend at Texas.
You too. See you then.
Alrighty. Michigan and Genetic are still in VC and in game, but they don't have microphones. Yeah, neither of them use microphones.
where's the point system again?
All right, Genetic. Brought it home. I think that ticker's wrong. Oh, okay. Well, that ticker's probably wrong. Oh, it's right. Oh, well, that's unfortunate. Well, showed solid speed until pit road penalties took you out of it. But, yeah, give me your thoughts after this race and what you might need to work on at next weekend at Texas. Yeah. A bit of an underwhelming night at Kansas. McAuliffe has shown really good speed at the 1.5 miles. I mean, Volvo obviously, but you and Ruby have been able to hold your own as well. 62 going 10 under on the pit lane. I didn't see that. You might have to. I don't know. Yeah, you're gonna have to talk to him about that. I don't know anything about that. But yeah, hopefully you can go get it done next weekend at Texas. Should still be a decent points day for you. You made it to the end, so you should be fine from the cut. All right, well, yeah, a win would definitely be nice for everybody. I know everybody wants to win here, but it's tougher than people think, I think, here in the NAPRA. But, yeah, thanks for talking to me, and we'll see you next weekend at Texas, Genetic.
Hold on. Well, you already did the outro, right?
What do you mean?
Never mind.
What are you gonna say?
No, I was gonna do the outro, but you already did it. So.
Oh, for the interview?
No, the outro for the stream, but you already did it. So.
Oh, no, I haven't done it yet.
Oh, sorry.
You can do it now. I'm done now.
All right. Well, thank you guys for watching the DeKalb 300 at Kansas Motor Speedway. It's been a pleasure. Thank you, King, and all the sponsors and DeKalb, and great race. Tune in tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the DeKalb 399 for the Napa Auto Parts Cup Series. You're gonna like it.
All right, you heard him. So make sure you tune in tomorrow night, as always. And this has been King and Torino signing